Okay, we need to talk. I don't have this planned at all. I have zero plan. Sometimes that happens. Zero plan. Used to happen a lot. And then I got to a point where, let's fix this, sorry. Okay, no. Not quite straight in my eyeballs, but anyway. But we need to talk. Because right now, things have gotten really intense internally for me. Not necessarily externally, but also somewhat externally. I am on my period. I have my second cold. I've been feeling, I kind of struggle with MCAS, which is mast cell activation syndrome, which basically means your nervous system has been in like super fight or flight for so long that it kind of like, it's like one of those immune disorder type of things where your immune cells kind of just like heavily react to everything. So I'm constantly having like flare-ups of like hives and stuff depending on how stressed I am, or eczema also, and I can't eat things like potatoes, tomatoes, stuff like that. Really, actually, it's pretty shitty. And so that's been something that I've dealt with unconsciously my whole life, and now having a name to put to it. Recently I've cut out potatoes, tomatoes, nightshade plants, and that has helped a lot. But I still tend to have to take an allergy med every day because of the constant flare-ups. And it also can create migraines as well, occasionally. All of that to say, you're like, why are you telling me this? What is the deal? Okay, here's the deal. The deal is that I spent years hiding, masking. I have ADHD, so masking, trying to promote this person that is, in my mind, safe person, because if I can just be happy and cheerful and fun and funny and a comfortable person to be around, then maybe people won't leave me, which sounds super fucking dark. But the truth is that I have layers, and I have a lot of layers. And so often I would go into my cave, my emotional cave, because that was the place that I discovered was the safest place to be for me. This is the place that I didn't have to act. I didn't have to be a person. I didn't have to project just one simple storyline on the wall. I didn't have to do that. Could crawl in my bed. I just retreat, disassociate until I felt strong enough to come out and put that person back up on stage again. And the thing is that I'm fucking tired of that bullshit. And I have progressively gotten more tired and more tired every single fucking day in the last 7+ years, where I've been working on so much shit internally, processing so much stuff, going to therapy, getting diagnosed with ADHD, realizing my nervous system is pretty much fucking shot, moving countries with 4 children, trying to learn another language in another country that I've never really I had only visited Germany one time before I moved here. In fact, I had never seen Stuttgart before I was on the plane and moving here. So new city, never set eyes on it. And here I was with my 4 kids, and I'm so overstimulated, and I had the worst MCAS flare-ups of history, and I was just like covered in hives. And it took 6 months for my nervous system to regulate enough to get to a point where I felt calm enough to start opening up my windows and letting in a little fresh air. Metaphorically speaking. And so 6 months in, I'm starting to feel better and I'm meeting people, but the language is still hard. But I'm like, maybe I can just like kind of take a step back into the old Ellen, the old way of doing things. And then that version of myself hit me in the face, because that version wasn't 100% authentic either. And not to say that I'm not an authentic person, but I think that I will and often have retreat if I am not in a state of mind, or if I am showcasing a portion of myself that is not happy, cheerful, funny, you know. And that person is part of me, but it's only a percentage. And the fact that I never wanted to be vulnerable is, although very understandable for my story, but being seen felt like a danger. So I've started this YouTube channel, and for the first time in my life, I'm trying to be authentic. And this process, although you don't see it behind the scenes, has been so fucking intense. So fucking intense. And I don't even know like where I'm at yet. But I feel like the thing is that I can't go back to the person that I was, which is the person that is hiding versions of myself. Because the thing is that if I'm hiding versions of myself, then a part of myself feels like those parts of me are unacceptable and are not okay. And so I'm living in a body that, I mean, in a lot of ways, I have embraced, I have rewired the way I've thought about myself over the past years. And I've changed the way that my life, like I've changed the way that I view the world and life in so many ways. And all of that has been good. But if I'm still hiding a part of myself, because I feel like that one is just not people worthy or people approved, you know, that there's a part of me that's telling my body that I am not okay, I am not safe, and my nervous system is going to continue to be dysregulated under the surface, even if I don't realize it and I feel like I'm doing okay or I'm doing better, which I am. There's still going to be that element of disrespect towards my personality, my who I am authentically. And those parts of me are the parts that I was not allowed to show in childhood. Anger, being too much, crying too much, having a lot of emotions, or being fucking passionate about everything and getting excited about shit and wanting to play and enjoy life. And that part of me, the volume got turned way down. Only turned it up when I felt safe, and often when I felt safe, it was in those moments when I was completely alone. And so I started to feel more isolated. And whenever I felt those ways, sad, angry, not feeling 100% myself, that one part of myself, I pulled back. I pulled myself back. I retreated. I wouldn't ask for help. I wouldn't ask for support because I expected. Because of the way that I have experienced life, did not expect to have help with those parts of myself. And I'm coming to a point as 2026 begins, and I no longer want to hide those parts of myself. It's not that I'm asking people to accept me or those parts of me at all anymore. I don't want to perform a version of myself anymore. I don't want to perform a slice of the whole cake that I am. It's like a whole thing. There's different parts, there's layers, there's fucking layers, and I get to choose when and how I express those parts of myself. But I am so tired of subconsciously telling my body that we have to be alert at all times. We have to be protective. We have to keep it all in for safety. And in the past, I did have to do that, but I don't have to fucking do that anymore. So I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of showing myself anymore. I take that back. I am afraid. I am still a little bit afraid to express who I am as a person, because I'm afraid people will say, you're being too much, you're being too sensitive. What is the other ones? There's so many, and I've tried to ignore them and shove them down, but I don't want to keep those like comments in the recesses of my body, where my body is just taking the brunt and holding on to the inflammation and staying in fight or flight forever. Like, fuck that shit. I'm turning 40 in a year. I turn 39 in June, And then after that, it's one more year and I'm 40. And 40, for 40 years, my body has had to hold on to all of this shit for me and placate everything and stay in fight or flight forever. And I am done. And I don't know what the end looks like. And I don't know, I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I can't live this way anymore. And I don't think I will. I'm not going to. So even though I'm still kind of uncomfortable with being my full self and being emotional and showing parts of myself that are scary, scary to show. The problem with that is that I can't let the fear hold me back from being my authentic self completely for the first time since I was a kid. And I'm not going to spend the next 40 years being someone that I'm not. And I think I've finally come to a point where I have accepted that no matter what the response is, I don't have to perform anymore. I was in theater. I remember one time. Sorry, I also have a cold and my period. We're fine. We're fine. We're getting there. But I remember when I was acting, because I was in theater, I acted. I was in a scholarship program for theater in college, and I had a theater major, history minor, and I did a lot of character acting, and I was often cast in funny roles and side characters and that like zany, crazy side character. And I remember I got cast for this one part, and it was like, in theater you call it a straight part, but basically it's just not a character actor part. And it was a side character, but it was just a normal person, and trying to pull myself, my normal parts of myself, to the surface for that role was one of the hardest things I feel like I've ever done. And I remember telling my director, it was like, you know, why is it so fucking hard to play this part? Because this part feels closer to like unmasked me, and I didn't even know how to say it at the time, but that's basically what I was saying, is that this unmasked version of me is so vulnerable, and I hate it. I hate it. And I did not like playing that role. And I did, and I finished it, and it was received well, but it was just so uncomfortable. And now, years later, I'm realizing what that was. I was just not okay with showcasing that part of me. Not even showcasing, allowing it to exit the building, not keeping it locked in the back closet like the crazy lady in the attic, you know? I'm not gonna treat myself like the crazy lady in the attic anymore. I've worked through so much, and I've improved, and I've really fought hard to get here, mentally and emotionally, where I am. And I'm not saying that wasn't worth it, because it has led me here, but I am at this point in my life where I can't mask anymore. Which is why I've been a hermit, and I've gone offline, and I've really just kind of retreated into myself a lot the last 6 months or so. Partially the move maybe triggered it, but it's been a lot of things, and there's been a lot of growth and a lot of things that I feel like has kind of been going at a faster pace than I've gone in the last 7 years. It's been so fast. And I don't know exactly what it will look like yet, but I think that this version and this life that I'm trying to suddenly build after the wrecking ball has cleared out everything, finally trying to get to a point where I build something that I enjoy, that I love, that I want to do, that I find the playfulness in life and the exploration in life and the joy, and that I can be angry sometimes, and I can be sad sometimes, and I can be disappointed or resentful or jealous even. Occasionally, we have all of the emotions. And then I can be those people, but I don't have to mask it. My children never mask anything. I mean, I'm sure they do in social circles because that's what we learn to do, right? You know? But with me, they don't, because they know I'll accept them. They know I'm going to still be here for them. And so I kind of want to do that for myself. I want to show myself that I trust myself to go through all the emotions, all of the feelings and the versions of myself, and let that self be free. Let them out of the room. Let them feel the big feelings. And that I'm going to still be here for me. That I'm still going to show up for me. And I know that. I know that now. So I'm going to be authentic because it's important for me. I'm going to be authentic because it's healing for my nervous system. And it shows my nervous system that I'm okay, we're not in danger anymore. But that itself is a process. That itself is a process. It feels fast though. So, I'm glad you're here. I know that maybe all of that sounded me-centric, but I hope you maybe heard something that you related to. Because I think we all of us, we sometimes just, we hide ourselves. We aren't our authentic selves, we mask. Just the ADHD term, but I think even neurotypical people do it too. So like you put on the skin that seems acceptable to whatever group you're in. But what if we just showed up as we are? I know I accept people as they are. I like people as they are. There's so much more interesting and depth and story behind the mask. So maybe one day you just choose something because you want to choose it and you're not worried that somebody's going to mock you for it. Like I like coffee black. I don't care. I don't eat sugar or whatever it is. Whatever you like. I like chocolate. I like vegetables. I don't know. Whatever the fuck it is. And you say, I'm not ashamed. That is what I like. I like dancing in the park. I'm not ashamed. I like blowing bubbles. I like fucking whimsy. I'm an adult who is almost 40 and I don't feel any more of an adult than I did when I was 20, in my 20s. I feel just the same. I think we all do. So let's just put down the masks. Let's put down the masks together and let's just be ourselves and let's show each other who we really are. Because I bet you that we're really gonna like what we discover. I really do. And if the people don't like it, they're not for us. They're not for us. It will be the people that you'll be able to connect with, and connection is such an important concept. It really is, and scientifically speaking it is. But if we're always hiding ourselves, we're never going to connect on a deeper level. And if we don't connect as ourselves, our body's going to think we're in danger. All of this I'm still learning. I'm in the middle of it. Like, I always thought I could not talk about things or express what's going on with me until I had it all figured out. But now I'm just gonna bring you along for this process that's fucking messy sometimes. My house is an absolute horror right now, but I'm not judging myself right now. I do want it clean, but I can hold that in one hand, and also know that, well, 4 kids, and it's been a lot with sickness and people being home from school and me trying to do something new and working through things. And it's a lot, and that's okay. That's okay. We sit here and we breathe and we visualize our best selves, our best versions of our lives. and we keep thinking about it and focusing on it and focusing on the positive that is in our lives right now. And we start rewiring our entire brain structure and all that subconscious beliefs, all the subconscious beliefs under the surface, which I should probably talk about later because this is a lot, but fuck it. It is a lot. My brain is very busy. We're going to be talking about a lot of shit here. I hope you stay. And if you don't, that's okay too. It's fine. It's really okay. This is a space that is not going to control you, nor control myself. And so we have free space to be who we are here in this space. So if you want to stay, if you want to stick around, I welcome you entirely. And if you need to go, also support your choice and support your decision. So thanks for being here. Thanks for, I don't know, being yourself, you know, like who you are is special. And not in a, oh, you're so special, sarcastic way, which I have gotten to. You're so special. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. You are special. So am I. And we know it. And if people try to make us smaller, they are not healthy to be around anyway. So, good riddance. Let's be ourselves. Let's fuck some shit up in a good way. So, anyway, love you guys. I really do. I really do. And I love me. And I love you.